Hello, welcome to Zentangle Explore. I am so excited that you've come to draw with me today. This is a class where we draw one Zentangle pattern really slowly. And all you need is a pen. This is a upside down 01 Micron pen, but you could use any pen that you have, and a couple pieces of paper. This is watercolor paper, but any paper you have will be fine. Just that you can hold in the palm of your hand. And if you can draw one line really slowly, then you can draw along with me. So I also want to say that this class is all about exploring. It's all about exploring, and that means that what you draw will likely not look like what I draw. So once I teach you the pattern in the beginning, you can feel free to change any part of that pattern and make it your very own. All right, so we're going to start with a brief meditation and then we will draw. So get nice and comfortable in your seat. You can close your eyes if you like. I'm going to close mine. And we will begin. Okay. So just get nice and comfortable in your seat. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And just check in with your breath. Say hello, breath. Perhaps you're inhaling. Perhaps you're exhaling. Perhaps you notice that little tiny rest. Just an itty bitty rest between the inhale and the exhale. And just allow your entire body to rest in your chair or wherever it is that you're sitting. Maybe you're on the floor, wherever you are. Maybe you're standing even. Just begin to allow that breath to melt all of any tension or any tightness, or to bring a sensation of relaxation into your muscles, into your awareness, starting at the top of your head, moving all the way down through your body until you get to your toes. Just breathing and melting, knowing there's nothing else to do right now. Allowing that breath to be exactly as it is. Noticing its gentle rhythm, circular way of being. Inhale, little stop. And exhale, little stop. Now we're going to take a big inhale together. And if you'd like to sigh on the exhale, you can. Ah. Nice big inhale together. Nice sighing exhale. Oh. One last big inhale together. And exhale, releasing everything you no longer need. Ah. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and know that whatever we create together will be perfect just as it is. Okay, welcome everybody. All right, so I'm going to change my camera view and we are going to draw. Okay, so I have a couple of pieces of watercolor paper here, and I have a 01 Micron. Everything's upside down. All right. And then I have a couple of other pens. If you even just have just a regular old black pen, that will be fine, or any color that you want. So last week we drew a pattern, and it looked something like this. And through this exploration, I started playing around with a different idea. And I'm going to explore that idea today. So it doesn't have a name yet. I've just been temporarily calling it flow. So I don't know if that name will stick, but we're going to play around with that pattern. And this is the first time that I've done that, where I've taken a pattern that I drew during a Zentangle exploration, and I'm exploring further. So let's see what happens when we explore further. So we're just going to start anywhere on your page. I'm going to start somewhere in the middle so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to start with a black orb, just to give this a little grounding. And then I'm going to spiral out of that, and we can spiral. And remember, we're drawing really slowly. My lines are a little wonky today, so just let them be wonky if yours are wonky too. A spiral is just kind of a circle that goes out from the center and keeps circling around, and you can make that as large as you want. Can't see what I'm doing. And then what I'm going to do is bring it around and I'm going to do a U-turn. I'm going to pick my line up, coming around and then U-turning. And so this is the entire pattern. The question is, what do we do with this now? So these little U-turns can go wherever you want them to go, and they don't even need to stay around this center. They can go off into space. They can be smaller, they can be thinner, narrower, they can be fatter or wider. Mine are kind of coming around, but I'm just gonna have a little wobble in my line. I'm just gonna continue to aura that. I really love continuous line patterns. They're super fun. So you can kind of see that this is kind of an endless exploration, because you can just take this little continuous line wherever you want it to be or go. And we're just going to keep on breathing. And exploring. So I'm going to start another one here. A little black circle, and then a little spiral. And then a U-turn. And just allowing whatever is showing up to show up. This pattern can, it came from an exploration, which means that it can go anywhere and look like anything. And you might find something else within this that you then want to explore further. What I love about continuous line patterns is it's kind of like handwriting or, well, cursive writing if you do that. Not everyone does that anymore. And so it's so free flowing. It really gets you into a flow. And it's also really wonderful because it allows the pen to just play on the page. And we're really just drawing aura lines here. That's all this is we're drawing a line and then we're following along. And so it's kind of like a follow the leader type of exercise with our pen, which is super fun. So we always play with elements in this class. What are the elements of what I am drawing? And so we have this darker circle, which kind of grounds the pattern. Then we have a spiral, and then we have this aura that kind of reverses on it back on itself. So we can just start with the black circle. We don't need to actually we can take out or change any one of these elements. So we don't need the spiral even. Let's see what happens if we don't have the spiral. What if I just start with this reverse line? Or you could have a really big spiral and allow the reverse line, the little U-turn line, to just be one or two little auras. This kind of reminds me of the electric coils, the electric stoves. Allowing that line to show up however it is. Mine's really trying to keep my hand out of the way of my drawing. So my line's a little shaky and wonky. And it's creating a really neat shape to this little pattern that I'm really enjoying. I'm just allowing that pen to do, my hand to do whatever it wants to do. Stopping when I get to this other pattern, picking up the line when I can see it again. Allowing this creation to kind of have a mind of its own. Knowing that I am in complete control of what's happening here. Yes, there might be a wonky or shaky line, or my pen might do something that I don't entirely like, but for the most part, I am in charge. And I can say how many of these little spirals I have, where they go, how they show up, what the width of the line is. As the line stops and starts, might have a little bit of a gap in the line, which would be super fun. Maybe these ends interweave. They're happening on my page. That's happening on my page. It's all about exploring and trying new things and being okay feeling uncomfortable trying those new things, knowing that it's all an experiment. And experiments, there's a projected or expected outcome, but no one really actually knows what will happen until the experiment's over and complete. We're just breathing and drawing, really slow lines. It's almost like drawing a fingerprint, the whorls of a thumbprint. Just try to relax that hand. Find that you're gripping your pen. Send a little breath to your hand. Time to relax. So allowing these pieces to interact in whatever way they want to. As your lines kind of bump up against each other. It's not necessary to fill the space, but sometimes it's fun to try to fill the space just to see what it'll look like. Knowing that this is completely your creation, you can go in and color in any of these little whorls. That's what it'll be called, whorl. Whorl. Just breathing and drawing. Giving yourself permission to be right here in this space. Knowing that whatever you're drawing, no matter what it looks like, has never been drawn before. never be drawn again exactly the way you're drawing it. You might be thinking to yourself, well, that is a good thing. But each time you draw, even if you're not entirely fond of it, it leads you to a new drawing experience. That is amazing. You can start over with a new one whenever you like. I have a fun pen here that I'm going to try out. There's color to it. when you get really into this process, and ideas will come to you and you say, what if I did this? And what if I did that? You can write them down if you'd like. Try them later. I mean, any one of these patterns that we do in these classes, or any on the replay, you can really play with for an entire week or more, and just continue to explore new ways of creating, using the elements in that pattern. Create new things. Knowing that you are completely in control of the process. So you can always say, well, I don't like that about it, so I'm going to change it. I don't like circles. I'm going to draw triangles. I don't like narrow lines. I'm going to draw wild, big, huge lines. I don't like curving lines. I really like straight lines. Although it's always good to challenge yourself to draw something that you're not completely, that isn't your normal or preferred way of drawing. You don't have to. You can do whatever you'd like. And just the most subtle change to the shape of a line changes the look of an entire pattern. I really love that. Just drawing slow lines and breathing. It's probably the easiest drawing class you'll ever take, because there's no expectation as to what it's going to look like in the end. The only expectation is yours, and you are in complete control of that. And as I like to say in my Zentangle classes, there's no Zentangle police. Nobody's coming around and counting the number of lines, whether they connect properly. So you can just add lines, short lines, long lines, wherever you think is appropriate. Just for fun. My exploration has gotten kind of wild. I really love it. So fun when the elements are so simple, a pen, a piece of paper, and a line, especially a continuous line. Remembering to breathe. Okay. These are my explorations. I hope yours were really, really fun. So excited you came to draw with me. Thank you for drawing. I hope you continue to explore this pattern and maybe fill it with color or watercolor, or just go wild with it. Maybe put it on an envelope and send it out into the world. All right. You can find my next classes coming up at eternalpossibility.com. And I'm Esther Piszczek, and I'm so happy to draw with you. Goodbye.